I have called you here to face a great evil that once plagued these lands before, and is beginning to resurface once again, the Dark Wizard Zargon. Many years ago, great warrior Rogar, as well as the three adventurers who aided him, forced Zargon back into hiding and defeated his armies, but now they come to plague these lands once again. You four heroes must be the ones to face Zargon and defeat him once and for all, freeing this land from him, his dark armies, and his horrid tyranny.
Hey everyone, welcome to a very special Nerds of the Red Couch, our first game review, and this evening I'll be reviewing Hero Quest. Hero Quest is a classic nostalgia nerd board game, and by many considered the very first one.
Question from the Peanut Gallery. What's the difference between a nerd board game and a board game?
Well, a nerd board game requires a lot more thought and is generally a lot less meant to be played by the whole family and more meant to be played by a bunch of sweaty dudes in their mom's basement.
Dungeon crawler, nice.
In all seriousness, any board game can be a nerd board game, but nerd board games like Hero Quest have very unique rules that they're more cooperative than competitive, with a set of heroes or dungeoneers competing against one dungeon master, or in some cases the dungeon itself.
So question number 2 from the Peanut Gallery. I've heard words such as dungeon and master and sweaty and nerds. So, is this game comparable to Dungeons and Dragons?
It's comparable to D&D 1.0 for sure. The original Dungeons and Dragons was a straight dungeon crawler with very few roleplay components, and that's exactly what Hero Quest is all about.
Hero Quest is a game based on strategy and coordination. In any given level of Hero Quest, your heroes will start from a staircase, complete their objective, and then attempt to return to the staircase. However, in later expansions, the staircase mechanic was done away with, and instead there were entry and exit doors, where the objective was simply to get to the other side of the dungeon. Hero Quest is a very dice-heavy game, with two kinds of dice: the red movement dice, which determine how far your heroes can move that turn, and the white combat dice. White combat dice have 3 different faces on them: a skull, which determines a potential hit, a white shield, which determines that the hero has blocked a hit, and a black shield, which determines that a monster has blocked a hit. In any given combat, a monster has a set number of hit points. When those hit points are exhausted, that monster is defeated, and consequently removed from combat. Hero Quest also features traps, which can be disarmed by the players, and secret doors that can be discovered by the heroes. It also has a wide assortment of spells that are at the control of the elf and wizard, and can be used to help guide the heroes through the dungeon safely. Hero Quest is meant for 2 to 5 players, with one player being the DM, and anywhere from 1 to 4 players controlling separate heroes or all 4 heroes.
So, let's recap for a bit. As I already stated, Hero Quest's mechanics are fairly simple. There's not a whole lot to figure out in the game, as certainly compared to a lot of modern nerd board games, it's a little more simplified. I would say that Hero Quest's fun is directly proportional to how many people you have playing it. If you are playing just one player and the DM, it's an alright game, but some of the dungeons get a bit redundant, and the gameplay certainly gets a bit sluggish after a while. I feel like if you have enough players, though, that you can have one person controlling each separate hero, then the interplayer strategy and planning gets a lot more intricate, and the game gets just a lot more fun. I mean, just like any game, it's more fun to play with more people. So I would say that Hero Quest gets a 6 out of 10 with a provisional 8 out of 10 if you have all 5 players.
Special thanks for music from Gabriella Morello off of Newgrounds, Jeff the World at jefftheworld.com, and Nadia Nilo, once again, off of Newgrounds.